And what is going on, guys? I am Andrew Hayes, back here with another wrestling video. What is sure to be a short one, but an exciting one nonetheless. As always, I am joined by...
Hey, what's up, you guys? From Fanlo599 here again. I'm with the man with the greatest hairdo of all time, Andrew Hayes. We're here to do NXT Takeover number 25.
Yes, like I said, we're only going to be doing this one. We usually do a takeover with another WWE pay-per-view, but since there wasn't a pay-per-view the Sunday following the takeover, or the Saturday following, it would be the Sunday following takeover. I don't know why I just got confused right there for a second, but the Sunday following takeover, we're just doing this one. We also will not be reviewing Super Showdown, which is tomorrow. So if you're wondering, why aren't you doing the predictions for that? It's because, or at least I don't know if you're gonna watch it, but at least I'm not gonna be watching it. I
might. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with that.
Multiple reasons why I don't want to watch it. The big reason is fuck the Saudi shows. They're just not good shows, and I just hate why they're doing it. So I won't be watching it. So yeah.
So the next one we'll do will be Stomping Ground. So
yeah, so the next one we will be doing is Stomping Grounds. Also, I would like to apologize for not doing preview and predictions video for this. Just shit happens.
I forgot. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot there was a takeover event this week. I was like, right.
It's because it's so weird that this wasn't with something else.
Yeah,
like there wasn't. Like usually they play. Usually, I mean, in the past it's been the Big Four gets one before it, and then Money in the Bank. But Money in the Bank happened last month, and this isn't a Big Four pay-per-view. There isn't a pay-per-view. There wasn't a pay-per-view the next night or that Sunday. So yeah, it was weird. But anyway, just a heads up. We did have the same exact predictions for all 5 matches. And we'll talk a little bit more about those predictions in a bit. But on to our first match, the opening match of the evening, Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong, with Matt Riddle gaining the victory. We both went with Matt Riddle. We both get the point there. Now, this was a damn good opener. I mean, I gotta say, I feel like NXT is known for just being great shows overall. But, one thing that I feel has been consistent with the takeovers is the opening matches. Yeah. Even if you look as far back as I can remember, Takeover Brooklyn, that opening match between Juice and Thunder Liger and Tyler Breeze was fantastic. It was really good. Probably a very underrated match. And at least, you look back recently, the tag team matches have been the matches to open up the show. You had at New York, the tag title match opened up, which was great. And Phoenix, the tag title match. In War Games 2, it was Riddle versus Ono. While necessarily that wasn't a match, it was just a great way to open up a show. Having Riddle come out and state his dominance, per se. Even, back in, San Antonio, or when Sanity first was making their arrival, you had them in matches. But, yeah, no, so, I feel like NXT has always had a good to great match open up the show. They've been really, in the past few, except for the War Games matches, because the War Games matches featured the tag team champions always, for some reason, the 2 that we've had. But they usually have opened up with the tag team championship match. I mean, the only ones that didn't were, like I said, the War Games, and then New Orleans opened up with the ladder match, which we all know how, we both feel about that match. That's a great match.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, do they go with Riddle and Strong, or do they go with the ladder match that we will talk about later tonight? But they went with this match, and I think this is a great choice to start off the evening.
Yeah, I gotta agree 100%. This matchup, man, both guys just go at it. I loved it. this was really thunderous, to be honest.
And the crowd was so hot for this match.
Oh, they were. They were just into it. It was fantastic. I really loved this opening matchup. I thought it started off the whole evening on such a high note.
Oh yeah, and yeah, that's what I love. It's like all the opening matches, at least from what I can remember, were great. Like, even like Lorcan and Birch versus the Undisputed Era at Chicago too. Like, that was a great match. I mean, you all know how I feel about that match. It's just amazing. What I'm trying to get at here, it amazes me how they know which match to put on first. It seems like they pretty flawlessly put the matches in the right order, and I don't think I always can complain about matches being placed in the wrong order or the placement on the card in WWE or the main roster, but in NXT, I don't think I've ever complained about it. I'm a big I always say the world title should probably go on last. Unless it's a special occasion like Rock versus Cena at 29 or 28, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand why that went on last. The Rock versus John Cena.
Or Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at 26.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I always feel like the world title should go on last. I feel like, Undertaker versus Roman Reigns, that had no business being on last.
Yeah.
That had no business being on last. And I would have got it if it was Undertaker's last match, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So that just whole match didn't make sense. And so I think the placement on the card for takeovers is flawless. You could make an argument why was the tag title match at Chicago 1, that ladder match, why did that go on last? That's not the world title, but you got to understand that's when Tommaso Ciampa turned on Johnny Gargano. That was such a huge heel turn.
Yeah.
Do you really think they would have had that match in the middle of the card, had him turn on Gargano, and then continue going with the show? No, that's a moment where you have to end the show on that moment. So that makes sense. Same thing with all the other Gargano matches and Gargano Ciampa matches. You have to end it with those matches because that is the main event feud at the moment. But enough talking about not this match and the placement on the card, because we talked about that quite a bit of a tangent. But yeah, let's talk about this match. This match was, as I like to call it, straight fire.
Yes.
This was a banger of a match. Let me say that right now. Oh my God, I feel like people, when he came into WWE, people doubted him, and people.
I was with him the moment he came in.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of him for a while now. I mean, I was one that wanted him to go to WWE the first time he was rumored to sign, but they ultimately didn't sign him. And I was very happy when they signed him. So I think with his match at New York against Velveteen Dream and his match here against Roderick Strong, he proved he can go in the ring.
Yes.
And he is a main event talent.
I wouldn't mind if he won the title, to be honest.
What happened?
I wouldn't mind if he won the main NXT title.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But like I said, this was such a perfectly paced match. Hard hitting. This showed what both people can do. Both people proved that they could be single stars. People kind of forget that Roderick Strong is a great singles competitor. He's been tagging with the Undisputed Era for a while now. And, you think back, before he joined the Undisputed Era, he had some really good singles matches against Eric Young. He had a really good singles match against Andrade Cien Almas. And I never hear people talk about his stuff with the Undisputed Era, and I love him with the Undisputed Era. He's had great matches with the Undisputed Era. But this proved that he could be a single star. And I really wonder, I really want to see Strong versus Velveteen Dream now. Because I think, and we'll get to what I think later. But yeah, I think they should have Strong versus Dream, because I want to see Strong versus Dream now. And Riddle, I don't know what they're going to do with Riddle quite yet, but we'll see. And I'm excited to see what both these guys do. I give this match 4.5 out of 5 stars.
I agree, 4.5 out of 5. This was fantastic.
This is everything you could want in an opener.
Oh, for sure.
On to the next match, a ladder match for the NXT Tag Team titles. You had the Undisputed Era, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, the Forgotten Sons, and the Street Profits. Now, we both went with the Undisputed Era. And I was probably about this close to going with the Street Profits. And the Street Profits ended up winning. So, as happy as I am for the Street Profits, I'm kind of disappointed in myself. Because I'll explain why, if I could explain. I am down a point, ladies and gentlemen. And I felt like the kind of safe choice was the Undisputed Era. I think we could both agree on that.
Yeah.
That's obviously, I think, why we both went with the Undisputed Era. But I think there's a very strong chance that the Street Profits win.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was more of a risk. And, I took a risk at Money in the Bank. And that cost me a point. So
you're like, if I go for another risk, it might cost me.
It might cost me 2 points. And being down 1 point is fine. But being down 2 points is huge because being down 1 point is huge because we agree on a lot. Very rarely do we disagree on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'd be surprised if I gain the lead in this thing or tie it up because it's just going to be difficult because of how rarely we disagree. So I was like, oh man, do I go? Do I don't? I ended up going with the safe choice. And that ultimately cost me. But I just thought I'd share that funny story on how I was so close to going with the Street Profits. I go, if it's not the Undisputed Era, it's the Street Profits, and it was the Street Profits.
It was.
Also, yeah, and I thought there was also a pretty solid chance that they could have given it to Forgotten Sons. And I was very worried they were because I do not like the Forgotten Sons. I do like Jason Riker. I don't like Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake. I just don't. Yes. But this was another hot match. I like what all four did. I think they all, served a purpose in this match, even though I felt like the Forgotten Sons had really no business being in this match. And I'm going to say, as much as I love them, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch didn't really have any business being in this match either because they haven't been built up. The only three teams really built up for this match have been Street Profits, Undisputed Era, and the Forgotten Sons. And I say that the Forgotten Sons had no business being in this match because they're just not good.
Yeah.
So, I go, maybe they should have just done Street Profits, Undisputed Era in a ladder match or not. But you know what? I'm happy because each team served a purpose. It kept the pacing very well. And, I was very worried at the end that they were going to give it to the Forgotten Sons, especially with Jason Riker coming out. And they were down for a while. And I go, fuck. They're going to give it to Forgotten Sons, aren't they? And then they came out of nowhere. And then Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford saved the day. Honestly, that ending was great. Montez Ford Angelo Dawkins tackling and spearing, whichever one, I don't even know. And then whoever the other one was climbing the ladder, Montez Ford. And I love the camera shot for this because you don't see him jump on the ring apron or the turnbuckle. You just see him jump on the ladder and it's like, holy shit. And then he knocks him down and then just seeing them grab it, it's a feel-good moment. I feel like the Street Profits very much deserve it. They work so hard. They're so charismatic, and they're both great.
Yeah, for sure. I love that they won, to be honest, because I do love them a lot as a team. So it was very exciting to see them win. It was awesome. I thought the match was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the matchup was great. I thought I had a lot of energy to it. I thought all 4 teams did a pretty solid job in this matchup, to be honest. It was a lot of fun. I loved it.
Yeah, and you know what? I know how last month we talked about Finn Balor's back. Kyle O'Reilly's back, man.
Damn.
Jesus. But yeah, Kyle O'Reilly is the unsung hero of wrestling. I'll just say that.
His face when the one dude came out, that was great.
Yeah. And I gotta say one thing. One thing I loved is and because I've always been a fan of the Street Profits. I always thought they were so great as a team, and Angelo Dawkins, as charismatic and good as he is, I've always been such a fan of Montez Ford. I think he's so charismatic. He has the potential to be a single star, and he's in the ring and Oni and Larkin are out, and he's yelling their theme at them, and I thought that was fantastic. And then when the Undisputed Era is out, he's pretending to play air guitar, which I thought was fantastic. Just thought I'd throw that in there. I give this match a 4.5 out of 5 stars as well.
I give it that as well. Great matchup.
Yeah, this is, and you know what? Not that I had low expectations, but I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did because of some of the teams. And I mean, there's only one team in there that I go, "Oh, that's definitely gonna bog the match down." But yeah. On to the next match for the NXT North American Championship. Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze. We both went with Velveteen Dream, and we are correct. So another point for us. This was a really solid match. This is a match I was really excited for because I always thought Tyler Breeze was pretty underrated on the main roster. He had some really underrated matches in NXT. Finn Balor, Adrian Neville. The Fatal 4-Way match is great. I love his match against Juice and Thunder Liger. And I'm glad he finally got a chance to show his stuff, in which is, no pun intended, kind of a dream match.
Yeah.
This is a match that when it was announced that he was going back down to NXT, that it was the one that I think most people wanted to see, and this delivered on kind of all fronts.
Yeah.
I love the psychology between the two, especially with the belt and the phone and the pictures. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
This was a very, very solid match. I mean, nothing that I didn't expect anything different because these are both really great workers, to be honest. And I'm glad Dream got the win. I'm glad that he is doing good things with the North American title. I want to see him versus Roderick Strong.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this match?
Oh, really solid match. I enjoyed this matchup a lot. I thought both competitors did a very great job here. I'm kind of glad Tyler Breeze is back down in NXT, to be honest, because I feel like he would just have a lot more to do, I feel like.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's just down there for the one match or he's staying down there for a little bit. I don't know. I hope he's down there for a little bit more.
Me too. But I enjoyed this match. I thought both competitors did a great job. I love the sportsmanship towards the after the match. That was
I love those moments. I mean, you had that moment last takeover with Matt Riddle and the fist bump, and now with the selfie, and that was just great storytelling. And I give this match 4 out of 5 stars.
I give it a 3.5. I really enjoyed it.
All right, on to the next match. For the NXT Women's Championship, Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai, with Shayna Baszler getting the win. We both went with Io, so we both lose the point. Shayna Baszler continuing this dominant reign.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was a good match. I know I saw someone on Twitter complain on how the women have been the low point of every single takeover for the past 2 years. But let me tell you something. I think the takeovers have been at their best for the past, I don't know, 2 years, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with this past year, 2018.
Dude, 2018 was like banger after banger after banger of like NXT takeovers. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, and like each match was like really solid. Like for the past, I want to say, I mean, I don't really think there's been too many bad matches at takeovers, but like tell me to find like a really like weak match at a takeover, you know?
Yeah.
It's like hard to find. So when you say like the women are the weak point of each single takeover, that's not saying a lot. It's just a testament to how great the matches are, and it's all of personal preference. And you know, I wouldn't say they're the low point or the weak point. I would just say that they're not the worst match. They're the weakest of the matches, is what I would have said. Because you know, each single match is great. I would since Takeover. Let's see. War Games 1, and even maybe Chicago. I haven't seen Brooklyn 3 in a while. I really don't remember that one too much. But
yeah,
I'll say I'll say since War Games 1, and even I'll throw in and Takeover Chicago. There has been, or even before Takeover Chicago, like since Brooklyn 2, there has been, in my opinion, a 5-star match on each single takeover. Now, I'm not going to go back and name them all, but I know from Brooklyn 2 till now, including this takeover, there's been a 5-star match, in my opinion, on each. And even I'll probably, maybe even before that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But really saying that they're a weak point, it's not saying much. So I just want to say that just kind of tweet just pissed me off, saying how like the women are trash now. Like, no, they're not. Like, Io Shirai is great, Shayna Baszler is great, and this was my least favorite match of the evening, but it does not mean it was a bad match. This was a solid match. I kind of wish it went on a little bit longer. In my opinion, I thought they should have given it a little bit more time. A little bit of it felt rushed, but I think the action was solid. I love Shayna just winning. I like how they're going for this monster heel push for her, because whoever dethrones her, it's going to mean a lot.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about this match?
I thought it was fine, honestly. It's definitely my least favorite match of the night. It wasn't bad, but it's just I'm kind of getting tired of the fact that I'm like, okay, she's finally gonna lose the title, and then she doesn't. I'm just tired.
Just waiting it for Candice LeRae. All right, I said this.
It should have been Io, all right. But anyway, but I'm just tired of this repeated cycle. But it was fine. I thought both competitors did do a good job. It's just, I don't know, just kind of just the spots at some points. To me, I wasn't into it as much as I would have liked to have been.
See, I said in the beginning that Candice LeRae was going to be the one to finally dethrone her. No one believed me, and I don't know. Candice LeRae hasn't done it yet, but she hasn't got a shot yet. So,
oh man. They did my girl dirty tonight. Anyways, but I thought it was fine. Not a bad match by any means. I enjoyed the Fatal 4-Way from last month way more, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, fine match. I would give this like a 2.5, honestly.
I'd give this 3.5.
Nice. You know what? I'm glad you enjoyed it, sir.
And on to the final match of the evening. For the NXT Championship, Johnny Gargano defending against Adam Cole. We both said Adam Cole, and we both are correct. Adam Cole does it.
He did.
And you know what?
It was the greatest moment of my goddamn life.
And I'm gonna say this right now: Johnny never needed a long reign. He never.
never
What Johnny needed was the moment he got at NXT Takeover New York. That's what Johnny needed. Johnny never needed a long reign. What he needed was to get the title. And it's okay that he didn't defend it, and I am perfectly fine with that. Because Adam Cole is now your new NXT champion, and he is my favorite in NXT, one of my favorites in the company right now.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that he is the NXT champion.
Oh, me, dude, I when I tell you, I yelled so hard. I wore the Adam Cole Baby shirt because I was like, he's going to win tonight. He's going to win. I need to win this for good luck. And I did, and he won. It was the greatest moment of my life.
Yes, and I am so happy he did. This was such a great match.
I thought this was the match of the night, honestly.
Yeah, this was easily. And you know what? I didn't have. I don't think it was going to just pass New York for me or the 2 out of 3 falls.
I like this matchup more than New York, honestly.
I don't know. I gotta watch both the matches back to back. You know,
honestly, I think I like this one more, to be honest. Not just because Cole won, but I don't know. I just love the energy with this matchup a bit more.
I think right now for me, maybe the 2 out of 3 falls, but this is I gotta watch both of them back to back. Because I just stuff like that when I'm unsure, I always watch them back to back. You know, and I gotta watch this match back to back is what I'm trying to say. And this one, the 2 out of 3 falls. But I think we can both agree both matches were great.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how this felt a lot different than the one from New York.
Yeah.
And I think that's my favorite thing. Because too often do we see especially on the main roster, matches that happen all the time. And I'll use Becky and Charlotte. They're great. They're great together. But we see some feel the
same.
What?
Well, a lot of their matches feel the same.
Yeah, a lot of the matches feel the same. With Money in the Bank, I didn't really care for that match because that match didn't feel anything new. This match, however, felt new. And, even with Gargano and Ciampa, each match felt different. Each match I felt stood on its own in a different way. And I love how Cole didn't need the help. And I think one of my favorite moments is Cole using the chair to kind of distract the ref and calling the Undisputed Era. He all did that to trick him. And and I just loved that.
Yeah.
I loved the
when he used the Gargano escape.
Yeah, and then Gargano broke out of that and hit him with the lash out. That was fantastic. The Panama Sunrise on the outside, that was insane. Yeah. And you know what? Just the moment of Cole holding the title was beautiful. This is easily one of the best matches of the year. I don't know if it's quite my favorite. I will say that the 2 out of 3 falls match, as it stands, it is my favorite match of the year. Like I said, that is to be determined because I got to watch this match and the other match back to back. It's just something I have to do. I will have an answer at least by the end of the year.
I hope we get the 3rd installment to this trilogy.
That's what I said. We were talking about it. Dude, they need, at the next one, fuck it. Just have them go at it again. 60-minute Iron Man match. Just let them go.
Yeah, let's just have it. I would be down for that.
Yes, that would be freaking insane. They did the 2 out of 3 falls match. They did a regular match. And you know what? Just have them do an Iron Man match. Fuck it. 60-minute Iron Man match. And you know what? I love how Cole, in the whole storyline leading up to this, Cole said, I would have won if this was I would have had this belt already if this was a regular match.
And look, he won in the regular matchup, so.
Yeah, and he won the first fall in the first one, and he won this one. And you know what? I give this match a 5 stars, by the way.
Yeah, I'm giving 5 out of 5. This was amazing.
This is easily becoming one of my favorite feuds of the year. This is, who knew these, not that who knew that these two would just go so well together, but these are 2 of the best wrestlers in the world.
And to think, we weren't going to have this feud at first because.
Yeah. And I love Tommaso Ciampa. I wish him well, but I'm so glad that we got what we got, Yeah.
Because if the best thing to come out of, his whole circumstance was this, yeah.
So, that's it. I do overall like Takeover New York better.
But this was still pretty great.
Yeah, this stands on its own. I can't wait for the next one. I feel like how are they going to top it? But they each of them stand on their own.
Yeah, I would give this Takeover a 4 out of 5.
I'd give this one a 4 out of 5 too.
Nice.
Some great matches, and yeah. Anyway, what?
Great event overall.
Yes, great event overall. But thank you guys for watching. Please join us next time when we do Stomping Ground preview and predictions. Don't know exactly when Stomping Grounds is, so I don't know when we're gonna exactly be doing that match. That video, I should say. But it'll come sooner rather than later.
Hell yeah.
Anything you want to say before we close things out?
Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this, review of NXT Takeover 25. You can find me on my channel, FilmFan0599, and Andrew, you know what to close this out with.
Yeah, you know it by now, but just in case you don't know it, I want you to holler if you hear me.